And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timmy Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Elegbete TV Radio. Unifying broadcasting. Listen. You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthias. You're going to love to call me the Elegbete One of Sports. A little bit of technical issue. I can't get my sound properly. I don't know if you guys are hearing it properly, but I'm working on it. Let's get the show on the road. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't know if age is selling on him, but that's what I saw people talk about. But for me, when I saw that game, I thought he did what Cristiano Ronaldo normally does. So I don't know where the whole age is selling. Age is selling on him. He has slowed down. I don't know, because it seems like with Cristiano Ronaldo, everybody's looking for something that they would classify as a fault, as a misfire or something anyway. But I think I enjoyed this performance. To go behind, beautiful goal scored by Czech Republic, or Czechia as their new name is. I mean, countries are having new name now, from Eswatini to whatever you call them. But it was a very lovely goal, and in every other climb, that's the kind of goal that wins you a game. Okay, but Lucas Provod scored that goal, and I was like, it's a good goal, 63rd minute, 62nd minute, but it's still too early. There's plenty of time, and with Portugal and the kind of players that they've got, the kind of players going forward that they've got, not really fantastic defending, but the kind of players they have going forward, they definitely will come back into it. And it didn't take time. It didn't take time for them to show, yes, indeed, that they can come back into it, and they did come back into it. Scored an equalizer, scored another goal that was disallowed by Diego Jota for offside, and then eventually they got that Kansakar goal. That, I mean, you look at yourself and say to Czech Republic, will look at themselves like, we could have got something out of this on the overall strength of play. You say Portugal deserved the win, but having some first and then equalizer and leaving it so late, you would have thought that, okay, you know what, there is a chance that they perhaps may have gotten a draw from that game and feel good. Okay, but if you look at the overall strength of play, you say to yourself, no, Portugal deserved their win, and it was a good win for them. There is no argument about it. Nobody coming to tell you, oh, Portugal didn't play well or didn't do well, didn't get what they were supposed to. No. I think they did well, and I don't know about you, but I think that they did well, and they deserve their keep in that game, in my opinion. Okay, I don't know what your opinion is, and those are the things that we want to talk about, and a whole lot more. And I'm asking, okay, now that we're here, now that things are the way they are with the Nigerian football, the national team, the World Cup chances is not completely out. We're mathematically still in it. But I mean, what do we do going forward? Suggestions are needed. I'm going to immediately after this show. I'm definitely going to have a conversation with the president of the Nigerian Football Federation. I will be open to suggestions. I've been on Twitter Space. I've been on WhatsApp group that people call me to join us. That they're having like a talk, and after the talk, I get out of it. But a lot of people are saying things, and there is a whole lot more, piling up blames than really saying, okay, this is the way forward. This is the way forward. This is the way to go. This is what we need to do to go, right? And a lot of talk. People are still blaming. I don't play the blame game for long. Okay, yes, this is what went wrong. This is what went wrong. Okay, how do we move forward? But how do we get a sustainable step forward? So let me outline the problem. At the very heart of Nigerian football problem is money. And one of the things that I've noticed with Twitter people and Nigerians is that I still see people who say things like, I don't believe that the NFF is broke. And it's ridiculous when you see that people say that. And when you check at their bio or their profile, they sound like they are deep-rooted sports people. And when you have deep-rooted sports people, even people in sports media telling you, I don't believe that the NFF is broke, then you worry. Because the reason why you worry is not because, they don't believe it's a problem. It's the fact that they will not in turn carry that mindset and transmit it to their audience, the people that they follow. Saying the NFF is broke is not holding brief for the NFF. Saying the NFF is broke is not trying to deflect the responsibility from them. It's just stating the obvious. And if people who, could influence 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 people tell you that, I don't believe the NFF is broke, we've actually built a pyramid on somebody who you think is supposed to know, supposed to inform people, and has not taken the time to really go. And then you hear people say things like, what of the FIFA money? What of the government intervention? What about the CAF money? So CAF does not give the NFF money every year. It's when they go into competition, and you know that we've not really done work cumulatively lately in CAF competition. And then again, this money just comes once in a while. I don't know, maybe I need to go and do an interview with Amaju or somebody again, have a sit down, and we'll just talk about the CAF money, the FIFA money, the government money, so that people have an understanding of how it works. And the government intervention that we keep talking about, it only comes when we're going for tournaments. So that's like tournament budget, bonuses, allowances, camp allowances, and all of that. So it doesn't really cover expense, because I don't know how I'm going to say it again. Business is built on expense, right? It's like, let me give you a good example. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm a very broke YouTuber. The reason why I'm broke, at the heart of my being broke, is the lack of numbers, nothing else. So, and I've had people ask me questions like, what of the super chat that people give you? What do you do with them? And when they say it, so first off, I'm glad that people give me £5, £10, £20, £50. The highest I've gotten 10,000 and all that, which is fantastic. You know why it's fantastic? None of the people giving me money ask me to go set up a YouTube channel. So it's not their responsibility. I'm the one who said I can do it, right? So it's my responsibility, and I owe it to myself to deliver on that promise. Having said that, when you give a YouTuber 10,000, 20,000, the money doesn't go into his personal account. It goes into the YouTube account. There is a threshold where you can withdraw, so you can set it. The minimum threshold is $100. Now, okay, as it is today, $100 is about 140,000. If I'm not mistaken, 140, 150, right? Now, if you look at the expense, daily we spend 20,000 naira on fuel first, just that one. If you buy data, 100,000 naira, 1 terabyte, maybe 3 months max, it's gone. And then a few other things like that you spend money on, equipment, paying crew, traveling, you'll not notice that your expense is more than your income. So even if you set your threshold, okay, let me wait till we make $1,000 or 5,000, or let's say $1,000, which is about 1.4 million naira, right? You still have to wait a long time for that to come. So between the now and that long time, you're spending money. And sometimes you're even borrowing from people, okay, give me this one, give me that one. And by the time your money comes in, you're paying. That's how the NFF is. So the NFF kind of like have this thing where they have a backlog. So let's even start with the Gusso regime. I know that the handover note, it's clearly that the deficit, the debt of the NFF and so deficit, the debt that they owe was 3.7 billion naira. So you have to start paying. That's like players' match bonuses, coaches' salaries, staff salaries, a whole lot. Other people, vendors that they are owing 3.7 billion, hotels, like that. And then you start paying them. You hold the meeting with everybody. And look, We do not have 3.7 billion to pay. Remember, why you're saying that one matches are coming up. So it means that you will owe again. You would owe. The money is not like, oh, the money is there, yeah, prosecuting matches. No. Oh, airpiece, we need you to carry us. Or a value jet, we need you to carry us from this destination to this destination. Value jet will say, oh, we're not traveling that route, but we would have to not do air charter, or how to do it. We'll have to make a travel plan, air charter, talk to that country that we're going, that we need landing permits, and then we have to pay and all that. But when we do all that, NFF now go pay us, because that's not our route. We don't even travel that route at all. So it's not for us to even bother about it. Yes, we will pay. We need you to carry us. You will carry us. Eventually, all of that, maybe all of that might come into 150 million naira. The cost of flight, chartering the flight, waiting, staying in that hangar or that airport, entering that airspace, doing all of that. The whole arrangement will cost money. That money that it will cost, somebody would have to pay. I don't know if you understand me. Somebody will have to pay. That payment is the debt that I am talking about. So when you're like, what are they doing with all the money? The question is, what is all the money? If all the money is not equal to what their expense is, and these are not expenses that you can say, oh, okay, you're spending too much, you should cut it. That's why when I hear a lot of people say, oh, and they are stealing the money, they are living lives on the money. No. You can call them incompetent. You can say, okay, they are not doing their marketing properly. You can say that they could improve, they could do better in this area, in that area. But trying the word corruption in the air is a very difficult one. Is a very difficult one to throw around. Again, the Nigerian ecosystem, the market, the industry in the Nigerian ecosystem does not also support sports investment that much. Okay, so it's easy to say. People say, yesterday I was on Twitter and somebody said that the Super Eagles brand is big enough to reel in a lot of money. And I was like, okay, shut up. You don't know anything. The Super Eagles brand is not worth anything in the market. And I say that with all sense of responsibility. And I say it clearly. You know why? Knowing that I have sat in meetings, I will put the Super Eagles name on the table for deals as low as $5 million, $10 million, $20 million. And the people who have the money decided that they would rather spend that money on Portable. You know what it means when they tell you, I would rather put my money on Portable than put the money on the Super Eagles. It tells you that the Super Eagles marketing power is zero. Okay, the chief marketing tool of the Super Eagles is the kit. Ask yourself, how much does Nike value the Super Eagles? Okay, how much does Nike pay the Super Eagles in terms of kitting? Okay, I don't understand. The Super Eagles value in the eyes of his kit manufacturer is what will not cascade down or what will water down to other brands. So if Nike, let's say for instance, hypothetically, Nike says, you know what, I think you're worth $100 million. I will give you $100 million every year because $100 million, not $100 million, $100 million every year. If Coca-Cola now says they want to come and be like, they want to put their logo on the brand of the Super Eagles, you'll be looking at Coca-Cola saying, you know what, we can't do what Nike's doing, but we'll give you $25 million. And then if one other company say, oh, let's put our sleeve, Rwanda. Let's say Rwanda first. I visit Rwanda. So we want to put this thing on your sleeve. That should be another 5 to 10 million. That's how national team make money. So when you hear that 400 million comes from Nike to the Netherlands, from the England national team because of sales of jersey, it's because the sales are done in England, and then you have English people buying it to that tune where, okay, 400 million is made, and then they now say, okay, you have 40% of this money, because again, it is the English FA that runs some of the shop, and then Nike runs some of the shop. What do we have? Do we have that in Nigeria? No. Do we have a shop, a Nike shop powered by the NFF in any city in Nigeria? No. So all of those things are the things that we need to rejig. Okay, all those are the things that we need to rejig and then realign it. But then there are also other suggestions. Those suggestions is designed for us to have a conversation to say, you know what, I don't want to think that when I was in Bella, they used to say that our audience are street people. I don't want to believe that that's the same for YouTube because again, you have to be a bit educated to use Gmail, and then you're upwardly mobile person. So this is what I'm thinking. Some of you here who are on this live right now might be head of corporate comms, might be in some companies. You sit in some boardrooms. The question is, what can make your company put your brand with the Super Eagles, attach your brand to the Super Eagles and say, okay, we have $1 million, we have $5 million, we have $10 million, $100 million to put on the Super Eagles. There are suggestions that would help. Okay, there are times for blaming. We blame tired. If not blame, if you want to blame, we go blame and call people names. But listen, it doesn't move our football forward. So if you're there, you have any suggestion as to, okay, if we do this, it will bring something to our football. That word corruption is one word that I hate people throwing around, because even the people that are throwing around don't even understand the word that they are throwing around. They don't understand what it means. And people that are very far off throw corruption as a word around a lot. Back in the day, people said that once they remove fuel subsidy, petroleum product will be all over the place. There will be no corruption again in the sector. Is it true? Not true. Right? So we must always understand all of these things. The word corruption, sometimes we overflog it. It's like the word humility and pride. We overuse it in this part of the world, and then it no longer have meaning. It goes out of context. But having said that, there are other things on the show we need to talk about, as transfer G's that we need to bring upon. There is also, looking back to the games of yesterday, and then also I just set the tune going so that we can have an open, clear conversation on what is possible and what is not possible, what can be done to move the Nigerian football system forward. Because again, it's an industry that we're part of, whether we like it or not. Super Eagles gives us joy. Let's first accept that Super Eagles, when they are in their element, they give us joy. When they are not in their element, they make us sad, right? I mean, since I came back from Uyo, I've been very, very sad. Plus the Osimhen nonsense, very, very stupid talk, the whole drama that have happened, I've been sad. Until yesterday night, anyway, when my sister called me and gave me very beautiful news, and I was happy about that one. But it doesn't still remove the fact that I'm sad about all of this whole thing. So sometimes I go to sleep, I wake up like, okay, what are we not doing right? What am I not contributing? Because again, you have to see yourself as part of the system, whether you like it or not. If football makes you happy, makes it work. I was telling a friend of mine yesterday, like, you want me to do YouTube? I should be doing live like 4 times a day. I said, and I told him, I said, bro, if my YouTube going live helps you make you happy that much, what are you contributing to keep me on air? If you're not contributing anything, you don't have the right to give me that kind of order, to do matching order, to do 4 shows at once, right? It's the same thing with the national team. If you have something that is of value in terms of contribution, in terms of opinion, in terms of advice, and you're holding it back, and then tomorrow the Super Eagles lose match and you're getting angry, my brother, my sister, you're part of the problem. Yes, you that is looking at me and right now, you're part of the problem. But before we come back, I'm sure you would have articulated something, an idea, a proposal, so that when I finish the show, I'll articulate all of that and add it up and bring it up. Well, I saw some the things that get people angry abroad. They don't really get me angry. They are abroad, that is the headquarters of racism. So there are 3 Dutch fans who decided to go with the Ruud Gullit, Frank Rijkaard, the Ruud Gullit style, fashion of the 80s, late 80s, okay, into the early 90s and mid 90s, okay? And then they're white guys, but they paint their face black. I thought it was fun. When I first saw it, before this whole hula balloon, blackface thing that is going on, I thought it was fun. But then, somewhere in the midst, everybody's now angry. Oh, why are they doing blackface? Why this one is that one is this one? So I'm just wondering, those of you who saw it, I would have used it as my thumbnail, but I don't like using pictures that promote negativity. If you notice me, anything that sells negative story, that's not my thing. I mean, it will give you more viral effect. A lot of people will be interested in it. Yes, but I made up my mind a long time ago that negativity is not really one of the things that I want to sell my business on. No, I don't want to do that one. It's not going to sell me. I know that for sure. So when I look at it, I'm asking myself, I don't think that these fans have done anything wrong. It's not like every time the fans are right, but in this case, I don't think they've done anything wrong. I want to know from you people, do you think that these fans, these Netherlands fans that chose to go with the blackface, do you think that they really did anything wrong? Anything that, people should be angry, the way people have reacted or responded and doing? Do you think that they've really done anything wrong, in your opinion? And don't give me other people's opinion on what you read online. You saying it. What was your first reaction? Hey, Eddie, what's up? Okay. What was your first reaction when you saw it? Before the media pans on it, before the what do we call it? Before the storm. What was your first reaction on seeing it? Did you say, "Oh, why are white people trying to do this?" Because for me, I remember one time when we left Brella and they brought in Francis from Kaduna to be doing what Murphy was doing, and Murphy was online shredding the boy. I was like, "Oh, you're trying to be like me, trying to copy me." So I reached out to Murphy. I said, "Murphy, you should be. If I was the one that they are trying to copy in the morning, and I'm listening, or obviously I didn't listen to the radio station when I left, but if I was listening and they are trying to copy me, I'll be very happy. I feel like I've done something so good that they could not move on from me, but they're trying to be like me. Why are you getting angry?" So that's my initial response to things like that. But I am also sensible enough to know that the world does not revolve around just the way I think and the way I see things and the way I believe, my belief systems. So there is an open-mindedness to how other people perceive things. So I want to know from you, do you think that if people paint their face black and wear gullets hairstyle, I thought that it was a motivation, like, okay, these are the guys that won us the Euros in 1988, and we should be able to use them as an inspiration for this generation. It's like, people coming to say they're wearing Oparaji's face and all that, and you say, oh, it's a mockery. I don't think so anyway, but I would be open to hear yours. Well, let's look at some of the transfer rumors that are going on. Chelsea are interested in signing RB Leipzig 24-year-old Belgian striker Luis Opanda. You remember him? At one time, they said he was the guy that would take over from Lukaku, even when Lukaku was have not even reached his prime. But hey, we've not seen that much, but sometimes it just comes up and they do go on like a 5-game run where he's scoring goals, he's devastating, and then sometimes it just disappears. Ukrainian winger Mikhailo Modric, 23, could leave Chelsea as the Blues pursues Crystal Palace France under 21 winger Michael Olise, who is 22. Oh Lord, this Modric. I could write an entire book about him. I could do a series of 10 years show only on Mikhailo Modric, from the way Arsenal chased him, from the way he was advertising himself as a dream to go to Arsenal, and then at Chelsea, out of nowhere, came from the blind side. Warren will say the Colombian Arsenal take the player, the Tynekos, the pocket pickers, or in English, as they say it, they hijack the deal. They kidnap, they Sambisa the deal. But at the end of the day, on God no man from Chelsea hijacked him, and he has not delivered. I mean, between him and Nicolas Ayers and Ogo Pepe, I don't know who's done worse, but every time I think about this Mikhailo Modric failure, epic failure, and then I look at the player that Arsenal went to use as his replacement, Trossard, and I was like, okay, Leandro Trossard. Baba, you be. It don't matter how you flop. Even if you flop, for as long as say now Mikhailo Modric, now make we sign you, you are good. Borussia Dortmund are hoping to take brightest German midfielder Pascal Gross, 33, back to his homeland this summer if all things go the way they want. Borussia Dortmund, there's a guy who told me something many years ago, and he said this. He said, "Listen, if you have poverty disposition," this is what he said. Back in the day when he was saying, "I don't get money no day, where the money?" Like, if they suggest anything, so but where the money? And he said something. He said that poverty is not money, it's a state of mind thing. That if you have poverty disposition, this was like 1992. I was in SS1. Yeah, I was in SS1 also, 1992. Yeah. And he said, if you have this mindset that you always say there's no money, you will never have money. But if you have the disposition of can do, the can do mindset of it. You can say, oh, what to do? So, okay, no problem, let's go and do it. Okay, money, resources will come when you make actions. And that thing always like kind of like reflects in people, in life, society as I go on. Borussia Dortmund is a typical example of the we not get money. The Borussia Dortmund, they always talk about them how they had this wonderful transfer policy where they buy cheap and then they sell for big, and they've been doing it for the last 15 years, but they still don't have money. Please, Borussia Dortmund, what you now they use on our money they do? Because if they do Dorime for our back now, we don't know what they feel for them. What are they really doing with their money? Because I would rather be spending money like Chelsea self. And sometimes results will go well, sometimes it's not going to go well. But it's a record I was wondering. Because Borussia Dortmund, I've never heard. Even Atletico Madrid, that is the stingy club, they bought, what's this guy? Is it what's that Portugal boy that they bought? They bought one guy like that for 100 and something. João Felix. They bought João Felix for 100 and something million. They paid some big money for some players. Even though they didn't work, Carrasco, they spent some good money for Carrasco as well. But Dortmund would sell a player to you for 80 million. When they want the player back, they'll be telling you that 15 million we get. The 80 million one will just give you last 1 year. What do you use that do? You know, they go use the money they play Juba or Kalo or Chich. Now here is not Shisha. I don't understand. Well, Southampton have asked about resigning Danny Ings from West Ham and are willing to pay up to £6 million for the former England striker who's now 31 years of age. Understand. Manchester United are considering whether to make an approach for Genoa Spanish goalkeeper Joseph Martinez, despite Inter Milan having already agreed personal terms with the 26-year-old. Wow, now they go fish for water. Would you say una no go fish? Una want hijack like Chelsea too. Everton have agreed a deal to sign English midfielder team. Bonham 20. When I hear this kind of name and they now say it's an English player, like I'm wondering what is going on. Nigeria, oh Jesus Christ! He said Nigerian now. Leave our player alone. Don't do English midfielder. English midfielder, bow. Well, he grew up there, but he's still in Serie now. Okay, let's not forget. And he plays for Aston Villa, but they are willing to sign him according to Everton. Belgium midfielder Amado Onana is set to leave Everton, with Arsenal having made contact with the Toffees, who want at least £50 million for the 22-year-old. And there's one question I've been asking about Arsenal for years. Why is it that in my lifetime I have not seen Arsenal sell a player for 70 or 80 million? Because they keep saying that Arsenal is a money-making club. Some small club, they sell players for 80 million. Who sold Man United Maguire for 80 million? Arsenal never said. Fabregas, we sold Fabregas for 35 million. A whole Fabregas in his prime at wonderful time, went on to do wonders with Spain and Barcelona, came to Chelsea, won everything with them, but he was sold for 35 million. When they sold him for 35 million, I won't cry. We let Ashley go for free. Best left full back after Roberto Carlos. Best left full back to ever play in English football. I'm wondering. I can understand Vieira, Thierry Henry, all those ones, they were already old. And Aneka was sold well, 35 million at the time. Yes, it was good. But hey, how come Arsenal? And I'm not even sure if Arsenal sold the player for 50 million or 60 or 70. Well, I'm not knowing, you know. Now see all this Arsenal player now hearing 15 million, 25 million. The one they cut 30 million said they say it's too expensive. But Everton want to sell the player for us for 50 million. Leicester City are close to appointing former Chelsea and Brighton boss Graham Potter as their new manager. I'm gonna do quick. Officials don't come out to the season go tough. Ajax are interested in a cut price deal with Burnley for 31-year-old Netherlands forward with workers. Okay, went to Man United and they didn't treat him right. West Ham are keen on signing Sunderland 23-year-old English forward Jack Clark this summer. Arsenal are prioritizing midfield reinforcement after missing out on RB Leipzig strike Slovenia forward Benjamin Sesko. Okay, Sheffield United have open talks with Nottingham Forest over a deal for English defender Joe Worrell, who's 27. Birmingham City are interested in signing 32-year-old English goalkeeper Ryan Allsop from Hull City. Here we have a few other ones. Manchester United remain interested in Bologna's 23-year-old Dutch striker Joshua Zirkzee, but the High Commission involved in any deal is complicating the situation. Players coming from Italy always have a high commission on agents and the rest, so you should know that by now. Ivory Coast winger Amad Diallo, 21, is set to remain at Manchester United and is a key part of Eric Ten Hag's plan. Arsenal have offered Estonian Callahan, 22, a new deal as the club's third choice goalkeeper. I don't even know Arsenal. I don't even know Arsenal player. Okay, Chelsea are set to reject a bid from Atletico Madrid for their 24-year-old England midfielder Conor Gallagher. Gallagher has told Chelsea he will not be forced out of the club this summer amid interest from Atletico, Tottenham, and Aston Villa. Now, I like the position that the player have taken, right? Chelsea want to sell him to make money. And he said that, look, if I go out of Chelsea, I'm okay. I will play football. I want to stay at Chelsea. But I want to live on my terms. And as it is, I think it's remaining 1 year or so, 1 year and a half on his contract. It might get to a point where the player refuses to sign a new contract and run down his contract, and then Chelsea lose him for free. That's where we're going. I don't know, but that's my prediction, because the way they've been hawking him around and they've been talking about, oh, you want to sell him, you want to let him go, it's going to be a point to where, even for me as a human being, it's annoying. It's very, very disgusting. Well, I don't know what you guys think. There's a whole lot to talk about. So if you're out there, my 30 minutes is up. It's up to you now. The remaining time is for you guys. So let's use your time and use it wisely on the show today. I'm not sure I would put extra time because I've got a few other things to do, a few chains to run here and there. So let's start with Buka Sharon Repair. Say good morning, sir. Good morning to you. The other one say welcome to the studio, Lebetter One. And you know why I'm saying that? I had to make a school run today. My children's school bus didn't turn up, and I had to make a school run because I had tests. I drove like my son was like, Daddy, you shouldn't be letting the bus carry us. You just be driving us everywhere. And I said, okay, what if I travel? What happens? Okay, I'm paying for school bus because I'm not always around. It's not because I don't like driving you people to school. I mean, I wish I could be driving you guys to school every day. And that I know I can do because me, by 7:30 you guys are ready. I can drive you to school and come back and do my show. That's for sure. Okay, it's father's responsibility. It's not a big deal. But I pay for school bus because there are times when I'll not be around. And with the new projects that we're planning to do, I might be out of town for like a whole month or 6 weeks or thereabout. I don't want that to affect you guys going to school, so we'll work on it. Well, my son is growing big very soon. They will all be taking care of themselves, so I don't really know if that will be a problem going forward. The Mola Berry says, I think Portugal and England are same thing. They both have good players, but no good coach to lead them. Really, I don't think that Portugal was that bad. Though. Portugal was not as bad as England for me. And then England, even as bad as the way they won. But I think you could see that Portugal were pushing, they played well, the system was good. It's just that they were unlucky to miss all the chances and they had a goal disallowed. That's a game that Portugal could have won by 5 or 6. So I'm not going to put Portugal and England. I think that if Portugal and England meet, Portugal will beat England. Based on the strength of what I've seen in their first games, anything can happen. But I think that Portugal will beat England because they use the ball better, they move the ball better, their distribution is better. I don't think that their defense is as solid as I expected, but because they would deny England of the ball more and they would control the midfield more, so it will be a problem. England is speed, power play, the usual England way anyway. But I don't want to put England and Portugal in the same box yet. I mean, it's like saying France and England are the same because they struggle to win their matches. I don't think that they're the same. It's just the game that was tough. But let's see how it goes into the second round of matches. Then we can have a conversation. For those of you who are looking for today's fixtures, today's matches, what's it called? Yeah, let's talk a bit. That Gulaga was good. And you know, the funny thing is, nobody focused on the hooligans that were fighting in the stadium and the Blicky Roof and in Dortmund. The focus was clearly on Gula and the rest of the players that played well for Turkey. Well, Croatia and Albania plays today. That's the second game for both of them. Second game for Germany, playing against Hungary. Germany wins this one. They're already through to the next round. Scotland have Switzerland to play. Switzerland know that if they win this one too, they're already through to the next round. So there are two possible teams that will go through to the next round from today's game after tonight. That's Germany and Switzerland. But then football is not played on the words of Esogene Dafe. I could say all that one and then they'll give them a shocker. Okay, but it's more likely that Germany will win anyway. And those games will be played different time. 2 o'clock is Croatia, Albania, 5 o'clock is Germany, Hungary, and 8 o'clock is going to be Scotland playing against Switzerland. Scotland with all the noise that they bring in and all the 400 is it 40,000 fans that they brought in, 4% of their citizens, 40,000 fans that they brought in into Germany. They might be going home after the group stage. Scotland have never gotten out of the group stage in any international competition, and it's looking like that because the Switzerland that I saw in the first game against Hungary doesn't look like a team that will lose to Scotland. But hey, football, you never know. You never can tell, okay? Take things for granted and things will take you for granted as well. Leave it and then they will leave you. That's my friend used to say. Can it be? Say money, boss. Good morning to you. Cristiano Ronaldo played in €6 is amazing. The real goat, in my opinion. Thank God is your opinion. I'm not going to argue against you, but I don't know what you mean by the real goat. Whereas some folks will say Nigeria should not be thinking about the World Cup. Jack, not that you do, Jack. Well, everybody have, like you just said, the real good is Cristiano Ronaldo. That's your opinion. So I think everybody have their own opinion on this one. I wouldn't support the idea that Nigeria shouldn't be thinking about the World Cup because I'm an ecosystem person, and I think that if you look at the extended reach of the ecosystem, Nigeria going to the World Cup is good because there is no evidence, there's no proof that we will get better if we don't go to the World Cup. So why not go and even get even if it is just the $9 million, is still something to the system right now. We're in a place in this country where every money that comes in is way important, very, very important. Okay, I know that says I'm worried for Croatia, no possible result today, and they are on their way. I mean, Croatia is playing Albania. Well, how bad can it be that Croatia cannot beat Albania now? Come on, no, now. I'm not really that worried for them. I think that eventually they will find their way. But it says, can they beat Albania? I think they can. I think they can beat Albania. Even though they lost to Spain in their first game, and it does look bad, like in the way you look at it, optics, aesthetics. But I mean, Spain was good. Spain was good. On a good day, Spain shouldn't be a team that people, when they beat you, start saying that you're not good. So Spain is a good team, and they've evolved, created a new team, young team that lacking in experience, but very, very good in ability, talent, and all that. And I think the coaching is also good. So we'll see how they go overall. I know that when Spain meet an experienced side, when a team that can match them, they will be the one that will fall by the wayside because that's where experience will come to count. But right now, Croatia losing to them is not really a bad one. I think that Croatia will beat Albania and then go on to play their next game and probably win. I think Croatia will go to the next round. That's my opinion. How am I wrong? Okay, the last I said the games yesterday were filled with excitement. Two neighbors faced off in Georgia and Turkey, and then Portugal had the last laugh. The goals were mad. I agree with you on that one. And then he went on to say the word corruption has been engraved into our hearts so much that we don't know when we are using it wrongly. I still had a back and forth with somebody yesterday over the use of the word mindset. I agree with you, my brother. The word, we just bastardize it. Anybody just says it's corruption. Sometimes you have to define it. You have to put it into context, what you're really saying, what you mean by corruption is the reason. Because sometimes it's not even corruption. Lack of funding can be the problem. Lack of planning can be the problem. Not everything is, because when we use the word corruption, it's like, oh, people are stealing money. Sometimes they're not stealing money. They don't even have the money to steal. So to put corruption in the front of every conversation, you just... Sorry, guys. It just kills the conversation for me. Like, okay, what are you saying? I need depth. Sometimes when you're engaging me in this kind of football conversation, give me depth. Let me understand what is really, break it into pieces, line items like that, so that we know where we stand. Let me say good morning, bro. I want you to be honest with your answer to this question. Do you think, first off, have I ever not been honest with my answers to questions? Just ask your question sometimes. You don't make it look like I'm not honest. Do you think tactically in those cute game that Coach George take charge, good or bad tactically? My people who did listen to this show, or those of you who did watch this show, do you understand this question? After starting by first of all turning me into something that I don't know, like I'm a liar, you ask the question, what do you consider cute in this matter? And I don't understand. Please rephrase your question and ask the question properly. Jerry Samson said, boss, what can you say of people traveling abroad, leaving their wife in Nigeria for many years? I don't know, boss. You seem to be really, really bent on making sure that one day I have marital opinion. Listen, I have said this and I'll say it again. I do not give what I don't believe in receiving, right? I don't believe in marriage counseling, marital advice, because marriage is like thumbprint. Marriage is like thumbprint. Every one of us have thumbs, but the thumbprints are all different. My thumbprint will not work for your own. Your thumbprint will not work for my own. Marriage, as I have said it again and again and again and again, is different. What makes one marriage work is the exact thing that will make another marriage crash. One of us cannot give advice or opinion on marriage. It no go work. Because anything I say is right and wrong exactly at the same time. And when it comes to marriage, marriage is a thing where you can absolutely be right and absolutely be foolishly wrong. So I come to this position from many years of observing. I grew up in a communal environment. I saw married people. I saw people who live their life in a certain way and they are happy. I saw other people live their life in that same certain way. Their marriage, run their marriage in that same certain way, and they are sad. And I've seen people put laws and conditions of this is what you do to get married. For instance, I am completely against all of the norms of marriage, right? When you marry, you must date somebody at least for 6 months to 1 year. Well, I met a woman, less than 2 hours, I asked her to marry me. We have known each other for 14 years, we've been married for 13 good years, and it's fun. 3 children, and we're good, right? Some other persons who married just about the same time that we married have all divorced. They have more money than us. They have more fun. Everything is good. Everything's going well. I did a marriage with 50,000 naira. I've said it here before. 50,000 naira. My marriage is the same weekend that they had the royal wedding. So there was a royal wedding. Even my MC, who's not currently in Canada, Igos, said, we have seen the royal wedding. Now we are gathered here for a royal wedding. Timidakolo was at my wedding. When he wanted to sing, he also said that. He said, royal, affluence, rich wedding or royal wedding, my brother, carry your wife, go house and enjoy. Those were his words. I don't forget those things. So my point here, Jerry, is I not get opinion. If 2 people will marry, agree, say, Oga, go hustle for that side while we go there here, they wait for you. And if it works, it's fine. Brandy wrote a song and say, this long distance is killing me. But Adele wrote another song, hello from the other side. So sometimes what works for one doesn't work for the other. Do I have an opinion on that? No. It doesn't mean I don't want to answer your question. I always tell you guys that I'll try my best to answer your questions honestly. And this answer that I've given you is my honest answer concerning that one. No matter how you twist it, a million times. If you ask me a question concerning marriage, I will not give opinion. I will just tell you how I feel about it. So first off, you don't feel like, oh, I don't like answering your questions, but I'm just going to try my best to make you understand the reason why I'm responding like this. I do not think that marriage is something that anybody should advise anybody on. Because life in itself does not have a manual. Marriage also does not have a manual. All the things we do. First off, in the last 150 or so, 150 years or 200 years that we've been marrying, all of the rules of engagement are wrong. We've been doing what we call white wedding. Since white wedding is rubbish. It's not in the Bible. It's not anywhere. It's a Roman's traditional marriage that we take. When I remember, I got married on the 4th. Traditional marriage on the 4th. The church I was attending then, okay, so I attend House on the Rock, but I used to work with Redeem. It's not like they pay me, but I set up their multimedia stuff and all that. And so I wedded in Redeem. They said that my wife cannot come to my house until we do the church wedding. Hold on. Looking back now, that's a very stupid thing. But that's what church people who hear from God decided to do. Do you know that after I paid my wife's my bride price, I did my traditional marriage on the 4th of June. The church still insisted that on the Friday before my Saturday wedding, we still go and do pregnancy tests and all of that tests in the hospital that they nominated. Right? And we went, to fulfill our righteousness. My point is, looking back now, that's foolishness. That's foolishness, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources. Man made God. Man made themselves God and decided that this is how it should go. But it's wrong. But people still do it. Am I going to, if I have my way, I won't do church wedding. I won't even encourage my children, any of them. I'm not sure my children don't go to church, so I don't see where we will do church wedding. I don't see where it's coming from. But I'm just giving that as an example. But so some other people, they will die if they don't do church wedding. Okay? I don't like you say, I saw it in the Netherlands game, particularly kids look really nice, remembering those legends like Gullit and Co. People are just being unnecessarily sensitive. My brother, the way the world don't be sensitive now, I don't tire. Paul B. Senior Man, I greet you, sir. He said, good morning, Mr. Idafi. Good morning to you. Please, I want to know how far about our under 17 CAF B qualifiers. Did we qualify for the competition? CAF have not come out with a statement. We're still waiting for CAF official position on that matter. I think I would have to make a few inquiries and see what happens at the end of the day. Maybe tomorrow I'll be able to give you a full answer. I'll call Toby, who's on top of that matter, and then I'll get back to you. Olafat says, good morning. Now that Mbappe is injured, do you think France will struggle? I think France have enough in them to go further from the look of things. He might still be patched up to come back in, but with the face mask, let's see what they play in their next game. France, Olivier Giroud have not played. Quite a few players that have not played that could add value to that team. I think that France is good. Yes, the speed of Mbappe and his goals are very, very important. You cannot write it off, but I think that France have got enough in them that if Mbappe is not playing, they should be able to progress in the competition. But Mbappe, that is a plus. Now Mbappe is the WMD now. Is the weapon of mass destruction. You have him, you have extra. Like you have that auxiliary. You can normally drive on your regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or whatever the speed that you have in your car. But when you have auxiliary, you know that you can go off road and still be able to survive depending on your car. Anyway, not every car, because you have auxiliary, you put that for side mode. I know that you did know. So I think that as bad as the injury is, France is still not like they don't have. Their tire is not punctured yet. They still have their full tires ready to go. The Olarewaju says, I think the youth needs to be more appeal to help the Eagles brand, because by the time people of our set get older, only God knows if there will be anybody left to watching the Eagles. I think that the future of football is also in danger. Like if you notice, people don't really watch 90 minutes of football anymore. You can't. Back in the day, we watch football, we concentrate for 90 minutes. Even me, who come from that generation, I'm watching the game and I'm pressing my phone, I'm doing TikTok, I'm doing all that. We are really highly distracted. And this whole 90 minutes of staying focused might not be there going like in the deep end future, not immediate future, but somewhere down in the future. Football might not even be able to last for 90 minutes anymore. They'll be cutting it half, like 25 minutes go to break, 25 minutes again go to break. I don't know, but something tells me that might be what would happen, like the way you have in the basketball. And then maybe the stadium might just be narrowed a bit as well. I don't know, but it does. Something tells me that might happen. Football might be more interesting as football than the proper football that we watch today. And it does sound stupid right now anyway. 12 years ago when I said that digital would take over that, it also sounded stupid. Yango Tangot says, that's true. I do not always have money, but my determination to pursue my goals often generate money alongside for me to achieve those particular things I do really know you knowing you the way I know you from when we met, you and your babe who's now your wife, and where you are right now. You are somebody that people should study. Unfortunately, nobody will look at you from that angle because you don't have one big name. You don't go back speaking baby grammar. In Nigeria, people speak baby English that they like. Okay, but you're an incredible human being. Olubenga Bamidele says, who will help Osimhen to cross this bridge? We cannot throw the baby with the bath water. Please invite him so that I don't block him for every platform. I don't invite him. That he can say sorry to his supporters. He is our best player now. He can't go. He cannot go to go now. Let me be very honest with you. For a while now, Osimhen have consistently alienated people who can look past his money and tell him, oh, Sime, this thing you shouldn't do it. I've spoken to some like top ranking people who are so like, I mean, you call this guy to yourself, but that guy need to listen to somebody, right? And he's also being. There's one thing I like Osime for. Osime is consistent in his belief. I like people like that. With Osime, you know where you stand. Osime does not pretend. So for that, I'm going to respect him. I'm not going to sit here and shit on him on that. But you can be consistently foolish. You can be consistently wrong. You can be consistently right. And nobody is perfect. People make mistakes. This was a mistake. And from the moment you realize you made a mistake, you just come out and own up your mistake and then apologize. People will love you more. People will see greatness in you, like, oh boy, this boy not as bad as I think. But keep it quiet, because if you can hurriedly come out and react, which, like I say, from the story he got, his reaction was good. His choice of word is what is bad. I'm not, listen, I blocked him because I evaluate the kind of relationship that we have with these boys, and I said to myself, why? We follow each other, right? But why? Why is it that I'm even committed to a person that will not listen to me? What is the use? This is not like, oh, you have made it before I know you. I know you from before under 17. So there is, and then the people around you, all of the people around you, you're alienating them all of a sudden. And they're all my friends. You're cutting them off. You block Omar that would put his life on the line for you. You block him. You just because once people give you honest opinion about what you're doing, you think that they are your enemies. No, not everybody be your enemies. I have people who hold me to account. You know that I'll do something. I live about call me. I say, take that down now. Sorry, boss. There's no verse. I don't think I like that. Sometimes Damijo will not call me. But Damijo will see something and he will call Ali and say, they see that our picking. You not just say that they Chris. He will just send me a message or send me a voice note. And then Ali will just send the voice note to me. Boss, also what I do now? Oh, I'm a Jew. I say, you don't mad at me. You see what you tell this person. You reason I'm very like, oh, boss, I'm not reasoning like that too. It's not the NFL president, it's my friend. It's my big boss, right? Not the same person when he was the NFL president, I won't kill him. And when he comes back, I say, boss, I'm not attacking you, my friend or my brother. I'm attacking you, the NFL president. You be mess up big time. So, no verse. Okay, make I explain to you. Might give you details. Might tell you how things go. Right? That's respect. There is mutual respect there. He listens to me, I listen to him. The same. It doesn't mean that, okay, if in a group party, I will be the first to get invited. If in a new event, I'll be the first to get invited. My flight ticket will be available for me to go to Warri again. If I make interest, I won't go Warri again. Even though say I just yabam, let's say man Amaju and the NFF are incompetent. He goes see send my invite. Do you understand? He understands that, oh, this public office should be held accountable. It doesn't affect my relationship with him. That's what I respect him for. Unduka Rabo will see me make a post, and if they're abroad, he was living his life quite low, he would reach out to me or reach out to somebody, tell that for that thing that you just said is not right. So, now speed, I don't take calm down. These are people who hold me accountable. So if I did first of my senior you, so all this while you get money, I never ask you for money. Well, that's the more reason why you should have respect. I never ask you for money. Was the one time you gave me jersey, I didn't ask you, saw me in the coat and you gave me, and I tell you, I'm not gonna wear them. This is my reason for not wearing it. I'm not gonna feel wear them. I will give them out, and I did. So if you do something like this thing you're doing is not good, don't give me attitude. You smoke it, bro. So for me, asking me to call, I'm not gonna feel, because you know what he has consistently said, and he started with on Twitter that people go talk what they like and they do it in my mind. I get coconutted. That was like when the club used the word coconutted and you people were going berserk and going mad. I was like, what's the worry now? This is a guy. He's the guy who introduced the word to the club. This Napoli so don't know what to be coconutted. Now Osime introduced her to them, and when he was right, we all stood by him. But when he keep continuously doing something, but this is what they do not go do, and then he continuously respond. Like, you know, when you have a conversation now with somebody, and 2 minutes later you see him on social media saying, "No matter how you advise me, I'm going to do it in my mind." He's indirectly telling you that, "But shut up." And then you send him do that to many people, different people. You have to like hold your horses and say, okay, this guy is on his place. Okay, there's nothing you can do. Then, if you listen to the rant well, he emphasizes it. Nobody should advise me. Nobody should tell me how to live my life. You think I will now fool myself? After that kind of warning, in America, there is a law about trespassing. So if you trespass somebody's property, private property, if he comes out and asks you why you're trespassing, you don't give him a good answer and he asks you to leave, you don't leave. If the first thing he does is fire a warning shot. If you're still on his property, if he kills you, he's not going to go to jail. He's at liberty to kill you. You know why? He don't give you a warning shot. So still don't give everybody a warning shot. Say, Mona not advise me. Una not reach to advise me. I not go take on advice. So don't put me now in the place where now me go advise her. No, that's not how you do it. Nobody they send a regular person to go catch mad cow, because problem will be. Everybody say una good money. No, the law say Arsenal made it look like they needed money so badly because they just finished building the stadium. Then not so shrewd businessmen. I agree with you. Olainka, they say thank you, Elebete. The value you give us on the show on a daily basis is inestimable. Thank you very much. Well done, boss. Thank you very much. Jola Olu says, I do not see any issue on the painted faces, but I think the opera is based on a Dutch culture, a source of debate based on a character. Zwarte, yeah, I know. Blackface, right? Zwarte Piet, which is associated with colonial era. But say, if we keep tying our apron string to this history, sometimes even the people where they go and don't know that history, they are doing it because, this is my legend, this is my idol, this is the person that I love, and they are doing it so to just come out and every time we don't use this racism card, this old colonial era card, it don't really make sense as far as I'm concerned. We eat chocolate. You know where the chocolate conversation come from? Why use mobile phone? You see the kind of slave work where people they do for Congo to harvest a cobalt. Why don't we say, okay, let us stop using it? But then there's so much hypocrisy in this racism thing. I'm not saying it not happen, no. I'm saying it happened, but there's so much. It's like the American war and the sale of democracy. America would go and shut down Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, and I tell you that Russia fighting Ukraine is invading somebody's sovereign space. I don't understand that big. Every time I say good morning, elevator family. Good morning, boss. You say I like Collins who do suggestion for that Twitter space on Coach Collins Udo, that's what you want. Colin Udo. It's not Collins, it's Colin Udo. Colin Udo's suggestions for that Twitter space on Coach. Nigerians never ready cut coach according to their cloth. The truth of the matter is the two names that Colin suggested. I didn't want to. I mean, it's my bros, and the environment was not heated enough for that kind of argument. Those two people cannot get it. Now, Samson says is my guy, like my guy in my life. I'm not sure I have done something for myself like I did for Sasia for that 2016 Olympic. I helped to raise 486 million naira. This company, while they run, so if I feel raise that kind of money, we'll go over the moon. We'll go the end between 10, 20 to $25,000 every month. You understand? So that's how much deep I am in with Sasia. But if they suggest his appointment right now, I'll oppose it. I told him, bros, I'm going to oppose him. That one, I'm going to oppose him. Salisu and Siasa at the same time. No, Kalinudo, you took that one like some step too far. Adebola Oluwaseun, let me say your opinion on those two games, Coach George. Take charge tactically, good or bad. Is there, for me, I've had people ask me this question. Tactically, what was the tactics he deployed in the game? The tactics were good. They were good enough to play in those games. Now, what was wrong in those two games was the players' application. The tactics was good. I justified Onua starting the game in the stadium. And I told people that, listen, the Boniface how you guys are shouting from November last year to the end of the season, he never started any game. If he started maybe 2 games, he never played 90 minutes in any game. That's a player that's coming from injury. If you go and play him and stretch him and then he gets injured, the club now will be angry again and say, why would they manage the player small? We don't know, say, this player will play 19 before with the manager. You just come and you decide to start it. Then you guys now want to play for him, I'm amateur coach. Player management is bad. Because people keep talking about that Boniface. Boniface played against Benin Republic. The one we lose, Boniface played. Tactically, we set up well. What was wrong is the player's self-application. Now when the Chukwu is away coming in the second game, will kill everybody. They start off on the first, start off Coming in the second half of this first game against South Africa, I won't kill everybody. They started off with the second game. What did he do? So it wasn't much of tactics, but players' application that was wrong in those two games. And it goes back to that thing that I keep saying. First of the appointment was short term. There was no plan. There was no time for ideas to be sold. But at the same time, our players, and I'll say it and again, our players don't have respect for Nigerian coaches. Our players don't. If that, you know that thing that Osimhen did, if he was a white coach, Osimhen would have done. He could find another way. Maybe he could tweet about time. He could just do some things. He could be subtle, but he's not be that aggressive like that. They called Finidi George by first name. Come on, let's be very honest now. So they don't get respect for these coaches, okay? And for that, even a coach tell them what to do, they'll do it in their mind. It's just that sometimes when you look at this, you don't. They say a strike was on. That's why players now could come to camp. The strike was on. Through Ekong use a private jet to leave with you. $15,000. Why will it cost those players who come in 24 hours to the match to use private jet to come? You think that people were flying back and forth when the strike was on? Now commercial flight, no, they fly. People were flying back. Everybody was using private jet. People who want to go places were going and coming. So who they fool who? But that's a conversation for another day. Sometimes when you want to bring up, it's not necessary. Additional must say the NFF is still yet to put up a statement on the unprofessional conduct of Osimhen. Now we're talking. The next person will so follow suit. This generation of Super Eagles are the worst. They can't even come together to win a game. Good. Listen, the thing about it, I've said here many times that one of NFL's biggest problem is communication. I said it to Amaju back then. I said, listen, you people, the reason people don't empathize with you people or don't sympathize with you, the sufferings you're going through, is that you don't communicate. So you leave room for many assumptions. And like you say, assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. When people assume, they take different shape in terms of assumption. Right? That's how some people woke up one morning and say Orubuwayo when it's actually Orubuwado. And because nobody came out to debunk it and say, no, that's not what we're saying. We're saying Orubuwado, we're greeting people. Everybody has now, like, it's not a normal conversation. If you introduce yourself, say, where are you from? Orubuwayo. Like, the person who is saying it does not even think he's saying anything wrong. It feels like that's who we are. That's like our identity. That's our trademark. But the word is Orubuwado. Right? And lack of communication, my predecessors, the people, the fathers before me, the many Ototavu Kingdom, that did not come out to completely debunk it and address it, have made it now come to stay. Generations after generations will continue to call Orubuwayo. And there's so much anybody can do. You just, no worry, no need for arguments. You see it. So without communication, every relationship there'll be anarchy, there'll be chaos, and that's what NFF has not been good at from time immemorial. Tiny Moriba, as my skin maker will say, we need to be able to be on top of our game, proactive in terms of communication. If the NFF first of being come out and communicate wrong communication after their meeting, we wouldn't have any day in this place where you have to not deal with all the things that you have to do, then you have to resign, and then again Osimhen will have the luxury to rant the way he did, and then that he has found that Osimhen cannot tell me that he had not realized that Finidi didn't say that to. How come he's not swift, to make an apology? Oh, I made a mistake. And you know what? He would be making a bigger man more respect. But hey, we will live on like that. You know why? Because NFF cannot even come out and say we are making a statement in defense of the office of the coach, not the Finidi itself, the office of the coach. You transgress against it. I'm not saying you should ban him. No, I'm not. That's too extreme. But make him understand that he's done something wrong and he should face it. Now like this, Steven Everbank go from 1994 World Cup. And I remember when they substituted him, they quick come out to the World Cup. They tell the coach, say, pack your bag. Oh yeah, get out. Because your attitude is against the German behavior. They send him home. Not only that, he didn't play for the national team for the next 4 years. That affected him. Last October, I was in Germany. I went on the tour of the Bayern Arena and I asked about him, and they still had negative talk about him till today. Boris Becker has had like terrible marriages, greatest tennis player of all time. He's seen as a nobody in Germany. Because when Nigerians say, "Oh, Nigerian sportsmen, the NFF or the federation don't take care of them," no, now you will take care of yourself. If you behave yourself, or they will respect you. If you misbehave, they will see as shit. It's all over the world. Portugal is one in England. Okay, so it's to the NFF to put communication where. This is what I want to say. We there really gave a big insight from the players' angle and administrative angle. We will continue to go around in circles if certain things are not handled. No leader today. The last one says that I noticed Turkey is pronounced and spelled Turkey, and Czech is pronounced Czechia, like they are new countries. Sure, they have always been like this. No, so they've always been like this, but they pronounce them wrong. Don't forget that Czech is half of Czechoslovakia. The other half is now Yugoslavia. You understand me? And you travel, then became Croatia and Serbia, and like that. So they believe that that's the name in their mother tongue. People are now bringing their mother tongue into it. Turkey is what the name is in their mother tongue. Turkey na chicken and bird family where they shop. So they are Turkey. It has always been like that. People are now bringing their mother tongue into every space, every conversation that they are having. That's the reason why that is, because it's not necessary to break away from the stronghold of English, just the same way the business world is breaking away from the stronghold and the manipulation of the dollar. But hey, we're still a long way from going with that one. Henry Umaru said, bros, this one that Arsenal are looking for this and that in the transfer market without any concrete bid. Hope we will not end up in the night market like in the days of Wenger. Well, and they've not shown me pattern that is how they do their business. And to be very honest, I don't know how many people have unveiled any player apart from Mbappe that was unveiled by Real Madrid. So everybody is still doing the same this and that. We already know if you follow the Euros, the year of the Euros transfer is always like this. It's always, to be or not until things begin to work. I'm saying that after the end of the first round, real transfer will begin to happen. For now, we're having the periwinkles and the crayfish, the real big meat, the car head and the car leg or the car tail, the big fish, John Ligu, Oboku, and the rest of them will start showing up. The upper will start showing up on the pot of soup pretty soon. But right now, we're just having periwinkles and crayfish showing up in the pot of banga soup or goosey soup or banana soup or vegetable soup, depending on the soup that you're cooking. Showing up where says good morning, Elevator. Good morning to you. Nice to be part of the show today. Let me continue to listen to know what to comment about. Oluwadare Show says we will be here to say, man said it. Football lasting 90 minutes. Harry Morris says na me win that Osimhen Jetsisha. Okay. Obaro Igere says, boss, I feel this might be the beginning of the end of Osimhen. Nice one, come on. I think Osimhen still have a whole, it can be remedied. The thing is not that bad. It's just up to him. It's up to him. So I look at Osimhen like my former company where I used to work. Firing myself and the mafia and the rest leaving was not the end of the station. It was the arrogance of them believing that just anybody can replace us that brought them this low. So if you connect with your fans very well, if they are done let's meet with the fans, let's do some meeting with the fans and then talk to the fans, because again in today's world the fans are powerful. In a generation that cancel people for free, they are powerful. If you are met with them and then explain to them that look, this is why we let this people go. Okay, I keep saying, and I play those scenarios in my head. I was like, what would that even be wrong if the CEO and the owner come and say, we made a mistake. Oh, sorry. We don't know how attached you are to these two guys, but we also cannot bring them back. There's so much water that have gone under the bridge. We will try. In short, we want to make you guys now part of the fun. We will dedicate 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, 2 hours in the evening. We will rotate it fast. Come to you and do the show the way you like. That would have... Now that they sell ideas for free for people, no, just move on. Yeah, let's move on. So I think Osimhen can still. It's too early to. Would you really want to see Osimhen career end? What good does it do for us, or does it give anybody? Like, people's downfall is not my thing of joy. I like people getting disciplined, people getting dealt with, but I don't play the game of people's downfall. I told a friend. My friend at Heineken, I told him that he they pay me to see Real FM, not the top. Like, it's still they pay me, like, because we work hard to raise that standard, right? And they're like, well, you should be happy. No, I'm not happy. Institutions should grow. Institutions shouldn't fall. Because, again, it affects us. It means that one day this thing why they build so will rise. One person will make mistake, he will fall again. We cannot be having my year of new beginning every year. We should build on what we have built, right? So I don't think that because of this mistake, Osimhen should just fall. Like, oh, then we should be happy. No, I will not be happy. I can dissociate myself from you and still be happy at your progress. Okay, we don't have to be friends for me to see you progress. When February was appointed media officer of the NFL, I congratulated him. I'm happy for him because it was his dream, right? It was his dream coming true. You can't, but we're not friends. He knows and I know we're not friends, right? But it doesn't make. I mean, he threw a party when I was fired, right? But his progress is also good for the industry and the ecosystem. So, Osimhen, what if we go gain? Somebody win African Ball of the Year and then all of a sudden your career knows that. No, it's not. There's no lesson. We're not going to learn a little lesson from this. So I know that. He said, I know how the likes of Omar promoted Osimhen in life. You must be accountable to people. Osimhen has forgotten his little beginning. But whatever it is, I don't want him to fail. I still want him to Sakura. It's just like in football, you are easily forgotten. That's the lesson he needs to learn. Some people when they follow football and don't know the one Roma recruitment, they don't know Ander Di Maria, they don't know Crespo, they don't know Batistuta, they don't know Roberto Baggio. They tell you who is that one, okay? So people are easily forgotten, and if you don't use your movement well to keep a lasting impression, that's why I love people like them, David Beckham, what they've done with the game, how they've used the game to stay relevant forever. Those guys are geniuses. That's why sometimes I don't even have the hums to criticize a player like Cristiano Ronaldo. What do you want to criticize? 2 decades of being at the top, non-stop. Are you normal to criticize him? But hey, it is what it is. So I think Osimhen would still, in my opinion, I think he will still find a way, to get out of this quagmire and be better. Once he starts scoring goals again with a new team and engage with a new fan base, I know that there's no fan base that will love him the way Napoli fans love him, but he would still, because now there's a lot of baggage. Every club, if you hear Sky Sports talk about him, Talk Sports talk about him, they'll talk, Osimhen is a great striker, blah, blah, blah. You not hear the baggage. 2 baggage is personality and his injury. So the baggages are coming up more. I just pray that they don't end up damaging his career anyway. Demola Benny say, the Osimhen matter long, blocking people who are promoting you is not a good idea at all. Make you sleep and think about then apologize. 69 football, you say, I would like to see an opening day fixture of Enyimba versus Rangers and 3SC versus Remo next season. I think the NFL should set those, as I think it will attract views and interest for the league. That's a good suggestion. That's a very, very good suggestion. Thank you for suggesting that. I think I will run it by the guys who are up there and see. Okay. In the Osimhen case, I think he doesn't have someone that talks to him daily. No matter how affluent you are, there must be someone you respect enough to listen to. For him, it might affect him. I agree with you. Lord Mayor, say, Omar, I hate today work. Delay me. We move. Sorry. Olubenga Bamidele says Eagles need 2 weeks of camping before they can beat any team in Africa. Things have changed. So if the NFF can make them do camp in Europe for 2 weeks, Rwanda and Zimbabwe will be beaten easily. I think that's a good idea. Additional Mama say most players on the Euros and Copa America will not be traded now. Clubs are looking to see how their stocks can go up with their competition. I agree with you. Look at Maguire, for instance. Before the first game, it was up at 35-40. After that first game, the club have changed his price now to 65. You never know what, if England goes up to the finals, you might be hearing that it's now 100 million, okay? Because they will always measure his price tag with Harry Maguire. So transfer window would not be clear until teams start falling out. Lord Mayor say the big teams in the Euros are really struggling, but they will come good later. Lord Mayor says which is the final one. He says, my own is why are most Nigerians always finding it hard to say sorry. Me, I talk sorry well. I'm very, very quick at saying sorry. It changes nothing. Both male and female are guilty of it. Even my ex-girlfriend told me she find it difficult to say sorry. Since then, it just ended. I know. It really had me to tell person sorry because I go make mistakes. I'm full of fun. Especially when you don't become my friends. When we're friends, I cherish my friends well. Everybody said, when you surround yourself with only the people you are better than, you can't know the truth about yourself. Oposime Lensha, I agree with you on that one. It was a book that I read, The Agents of Innocence, that they said that you have to break your friendship into three classes. First off, the people that you want to be like. Those ones, put them in your circle of friends. The people that are like you have to know your competition. You have to know the people that are doing exactly what you're doing, who are on your level, how they are going, whether they are going up or they are going down, whether they are going north or south. And then the people that you're better than, people who idolizes you. You have to find that balance. It is hard. Most of my friends who are affluent and higher than me, I went to meet them. First off, I started all the mentors that I have. What I do, I'll buy white ram, go give them, say, bros, I like what you're doing. I just say I can't give you this one to say I appreciate what you're doing. And if you have space in your own schedule, I like you to mentor me. And then my mentors, I've never gone to my mentor like anybody who's my mentor. I've never gone to them to ask them for money. You can't be training me, you can't be helping me, giving me free knowledge, and I'll be taking money from you. Again, all of my mentors, if anytime I call them, so I walk up visit them, there is a bottle of wine or something, whiskey, brandy, I know what they take, right? I'll take with me. Again, every day, like it's Father's Day, any special day, I like, even if it's a bow ties, cufflinks, just some small, funny things that doesn't really matter. It doesn't cost anything, but I just keep that relationship going. I do that with all of my mentors. I don't have them too many. Then those are my categories. Well, friends, I share knowledge. If you're in my WhatsApp, you understand this very well. I share knowledge as best as I can, whether it's video, whether it's audio, whether it's my voice note. Like, we need to grow together, because if we don't grow together, problem will be. If I can't go get plenty money, I have my friends, within my circle, all of them broke, problem good day. If I also know what my friend do, I like to support them, like, this guy needs to do, this guy needs to do, this guy needs to grow, this guy needs to grow. Because if we all grow, oh boy, I've seen rich friends in this world. I don't play for club where my club president, Pierre Bregan, his friends, Jesus, when they show up for state bus like this, you see all the cars when they come, my friend, this one come by helicopter, this one come with this. It's like, man, when I grow up, I want to have my friends like this. I want my friends to be like this. I've always had that in mind. Like, I don't know, if you travel, go to Monaco. One of the places that I think every human being should visit is Monaco. Don't just go there. It's very expensive anyway. But go to Monaco and ask questions. Like, majority of the rich people in sports are in Monaco. The reason is the Nice airport is like 45 minutes away, right? But Monaco is a tax haven. That's one. But two, Monacos have laws. Photographers cannot just take pictures without expressly written permit. So there is no paparazzi in Monaco. But beyond that, almost everybody is a superstar. It's like Beverly Hills, right? Monaco, this is the diversion now. You see your peers, people that are like you. Success is very demanding. It's cheap to be poor. Success is very, very expensive. When you're successful and you plant yourself where there are poor people, you might begin to go down. But if you are successful, you need to go plant yourself where there are rich people. You need to put your children in schools where when they graduate, they can connect with each other. Their connection would make it easy for them. If they want to start up a company, they can start up a company. If they want to work in places, they want to go do presentation, they want to do things, resources, they need resources, they can connect with those resources. And then, that's why some people set up cooperatives so that, you can have a business front with other people as well. That interface that comes with it, it's very, very nice. When you go to Monaco, Monte Carlo, and you look at that place, and if you take it in from a perspective of a learner, you want to learn, and you look around, it might just change your view of life. I tell people that traveling will give you more education than what the classroom give you. Classroom will give you a degree, but traveling will give you more education because it changes how you look at life. It changes what you see. If you are making money, whether you make it by accident, by lottery, or by playing football, or by working very hard, please get people in your life that can look at your money and still tell you, my friend, sit down there, and you will sit down. People that can call you and say, my friend, turn back and stop doing that, and you will listen. You will fear losing them. Don't have only people that you can just say, get out, I don't need you. Don't. No man is an island. Even God in creation, he said, come, let us make man. Because at this point now, where they want to put investment in the person who will control the earth, it has to be everybody, it has to be collective. Let us make man. And in his speech, in all of the ways that he does things, in Chronicles, he said, come now, let us reason together. You know what it means for the Lord of hosts to call you, say, let's reason together? Because somehow you are his responsibility, and there is something there that your mistake reflects on it. Then you must have somebody who can call you to order. One time at my early days in Lagos, I asked one question in one forum. I'll not forget this. Two people that they used to give me example. I said, why is it that people are voting AD? And after the election, they keep saying Jimmy Agbaje is the best guy. And somebody explained it to me. You know, when people say things you learned, he said there are two people who cannot win governorship election in Nigeria. And he said, Great Ogboru in Delta State and Jimmy Agbaje in Lagos State. I don't know how true this is, but he said those two people do not have Godfather. If they start misbehaving, nobody to call them to order. They are God unto themselves. Even though they are good, they are the best, but they have somebody that you will call. They have somebody that you will call and say, who are you? And that, just pin me. Because again, somebody like me, I'm a loose cannon. And we will say, Inye Wara, Shakiri will say, for 1 hour, they bring one. We will say, Inye, now you're the year to be wise, right? And in hearing those two examples, I learned a very strong lesson. What's the lesson? You should have an anchor. What's Christianity built on? It's built on God and Christ, right? You should have an anchor. You've had somebody that people can go to when you start going astray, because sometimes fame, success, even tribulations can make you go astray. There should be somebody to call. That's why military people have dog tag. There's a number to call. There's something to take back and connect to your family to say, okay, this is the person that died or went to war, blah, blah, blah. All of these things. So sometimes when we make ourselves God unto ourselves, there's come big problem, because now you no longer have a source, you no longer have anchor. I still have people that they can call and say, talk to that fool. You need the year word, talk to them. And me too, I know really the year word. But I get these people that will talk to me and I say, okay, I hear. And sometimes I can argue my case with them and I say, let me bring my pleading. Say, for instance, when Victor Kniba and a few elders called me one day and said, we need to break up peace between you and your former boss. And I said, oh, this thing when I talk so good, but you've not heard my side of the story. And I said, Victor, you don't say me and you will get a whole lot in common. We'll stop on the same way, we think the same way, we behave the same way. See what he do me. Only Victor Kniba said, now me, I'm a shooter. I said, I know, you never used to shoot. I just say, I tell you, do you still want me to go make peace? He said, no, I should stay in my place. Because this is his word. He say, he go pay me if I take you go make peace finish. Maybe tomorrow you can't go die. I go always feel say, even if not be him do you, I go always feel say na him. So day or day, make it day. That's Victor Kniba. You understand me? I'm just giving you an example. So you must have people that people can call and say, call your boy to order. Call that your boy. Now he make, even though he's the best governor of Lagos, he lose election because he went rogue. 48 laws of power, never tried to outshine your master. He went rogue on his master. The former governor before someone, right? So sometimes in life, don't pay God unto yourself. You can just turn around on you. Well, that's a side dish on the show. The show is over. I've been over like since 2 minutes now, but I just thought I should bring that one in. Once again, thank you everybody for being on the show. Thank you for those of you who, we've got almost commensurate like today. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please, I beg you in the name of God, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really need this subscription. The growth of this subscription will help us, not just me, not just my team, but a lot of other people. Many people will benefit from them, okay? And we'll be doing big interviews. Some people need to do interview with us because our numbers are not big. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do want to subscribe to this channel. My name is Edafe Matthews. You love to call me the Elevator on the Spot. It's been the Sports Buffet on Elevator TV radio on this YouTube channel. It's Elevator TV Sports. For those of you who are asking me, the app is well on and active. Yes, so you can download the Elevator TV radio app on your Android and iOS and listen to us. We play good music when the show is not on, and the Stock Sports to give you sporting update and the rest of them after the show. So stay with us. We promise to do better, improve on our content. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.